Hi everyone, welcome back to the second video. So if you cast your minds back, the second Dance for All class was focused on music and we touched on improvisation. So we listened to music and we tried to sort of explore how music might inspire us to move. So today we're going to be looking at words and storytelling and how we might tell a story through our movement. So the first exercise I'd like to do, we're going to express an object through our movement, through our bodies. I'd like you to grab a partner, stand in front of each other, opposite each other. And what I'd like to do first is I'd like to just read you some words. So perhaps you might want to close your eyes and just have a listen to these words. So I wrote a very small little story or poem about a tree. So I've been going on a lot of walks lately and noticing how beautiful the big trees are around my house. So we're going to focus on the tree and we're going to see how we might be able to convey what I've written through our bodies. So we're just going to listen first. So, there once stood a tree, proud and tall, its roots so strong it would not fall. In summer the breeze shook gently its leaves. In winter the fierce winds battered gnarly knees. But year after year this old tree grew, and birds made nests in its boughs before they flew. Its branches kept growing, reaching out for the sun, making new shoots and blossoms when April did come. So it's a little bit of a story about the seasons. So we've gone from summer through winter and then back to spring. So I'm going to put some music on, and with your partner we're going to do a little mirroring exercise. So I really want you to think of yourself as the tree. So you're standing opposite each other, you've got a mirror, so that person is mirroring you. And that means that one of you starts off as the leader. So I really want you to think about your arms as the branches of the tree, your body as the trunk of the tree, and your feet and your legs as the roots, yeah? Your fingertips, the leaves, yeah? So take it in turns in your partners. You can switch back and forward who's the leader. And so the idea is that we really want to create a movement that's fluid and that you're doing together but without talking. So we're standing opposite our partner and you're going to choose who's going to go first. And we've got our roots down into the ground, so we've got a nice strong, stable position, and our trunk is nice and strong. We're going to suck in our core, and we're just going to sway as you like. Exploring, remembering those words. So a tree was proud and tall. How might we be proud and tall? Good. And its roots were very strong. So how might we show that strength in our bodies? Now, when it was summer, the gentle breeze shook its leaves. So how can we shake our leaves? Maybe we use our fingertips and our hands and we gently circle. Good. Now if you want to, you can swap over with your partner so that you're the one following or leading. Good. Really reaching out with your leaves, with your branches. Now in the winter, the fierce winds battered its leaves, battered its branches. How about me express that in movement? Maybe our movements get a little bit more fierce, a little bit more sharp. Good. But year after year, the tree kept growing. So we keep growing, we keep reaching with our partner, opening up our chest, keep expanding, reaching. Good. All the way through the branches to the leaves. And we had birds nesting in the boughs. So maybe we create a little nest for our birds. Good. How about we create a shape in which the birds can have their nests? The twisting branches of a tree. Lovely. Its branches kept reaching for the sun, so really reaching out. This time with your partner, maybe see how far you can reach with your partner to each side, each corner of the room, keeping your feet on the floor, swaying in the breeze and growing up to the sun. Good. And finally in spring, we're growing new shoots. How might we grow some new shoots at the end of our branches for the blossom? Good. And imagine what that blossom looks like, how it feels. Very soft. Blossom is soft and delicate. How might we express that? Good. And you can swap back with your partner if you want to. The other person can take the lead. Good. Nice and gentle. Tree growing. Creating shapes with our branches. Good. We might even decide our roots are so strong, we can start to move around our partner. We can start to walk and move together. So we're growing up and around each other. We might start to touch our hands, touch our shoulders. Good. Big breath. Tree. Whoo. Taking in all of the air, filling up the trunk. Very good. Well done, everybody. So that was just exploring how we might, with our bodies and with movement, how we might express an object or how the object moves through our own movements. Now we're going to look at different scenarios. So how we express different situations through our bodies but without talking. So we're going to walk around the space, walking, intermingling with the other members of your family. And when I shout out a certain situation, I would like you to express that through the way that you move, through your body, but without talking. So let's put some music on and we'll have a little play. Okay, so walking around the space, saying hello to other people in your family, just as if you're walking down the street. And now the sky opens and it absolutely pours down with rain. So we're going to get absolutely soaked. So how might we walk to express it? It's pouring with rain. Would we cover our heads? Would we walk really quickly? Or maybe you love the rain. Maybe we splash in the puddles. Any way in which you feel expresses rain. How does it feel on our skin? Good. And walking normally. Now I want you to imagine there's just been a big snowstorm and the pavements are full of snow. It's right up to your knees, thick with snow. So how might we walk in snow? Might be quite hard, it might be quite difficult. We might lose our balance. See how your other family members are expressing exactly the same scenario as you. Do they look different? Do their bodies move differently? There's no right or wrong. Good, really wading through this thick snow. Good. It's really difficult. Good. And walking normally. Now I want you to imagine there's really strong, blustery winds. Yeah? And it's going to knock you off your feet if you're not careful. So how might we move in the wind? And we're still trying to walk. Maybe we're really trying to fight against the wind. Good. See what the other members of your family are doing. See how they're moving in this wind. Really try and feel it blowing on your face, blowing on your body. Good. And walking normally. Now I want you to imagine you're walking down the street and you've dropped something. You've dropped something and you're trying to find it, yeah? So, and we need to look for this important thing that we've dropped. Maybe we're a bit worried. Maybe we retrace all of our steps, looking to the floor. Maybe we get to our hands and knees and have a look. Good, and walking normally. Good job, guys. So that was just a couple of examples of how we can try and tell a story through our body, through our actions, without words. Now, in contemporary dance, we can even abstract that even more. So in ballet, obviously, that would be more like mime, that would be more like a pantomime because we're really acting something out. But with our tree, for instance, some of this was a bit more abstract. You might not necessarily know, but you know the story that you're telling, and that's what's important. So it's the way that your body, how you react to a story or to a situation. So I've got a little game that you might want to play with your family. So I've got a jar, and in the jar I've put some instructions. So I'll give you an example. One of them, pretend you are a fish in a fast flowing stream. So that's an interesting one. So if you picked this out of the jar, how might you show your family that story? How might you embody the fish? How would you move like a fish and to show that you're in a fast flowing stream? So that's quite an interesting one. I'll give you another example. Walk through a field of flowers. So this one was being a certain animal, a certain object, and then this one is showing a situation. So how would you walk through a field of flowers, and how would you express to your family that you're walking through a field of flowers? So perhaps you might want to grab a pen and paper and write down a few different scenarios, a few different animals, a few different objects, and explore how you can create movement to express that particular object or situation. I'll meet you back here for the third part of the video where we're going to do a little routine together. See you then.